So I've kind of drawn a picture for you of the marketplace and the size of the market based on numbers. That's the opportunity. The size of the market, 28 million businesses in America. I've kind of gone through how they're currently being serviced. SparkNote version, right? You have do-it-yourselfers for your small business, do-it-yourself sites, Squarespace, Wix, etc. You have local and regional small agencies serving middle-sized businesses, and then you have big agencies, your New York City agencies, your LA agencies, London, etc., servicing the top 1%, servicing the Exxons and the McDonald's, okay? That's who's servicing them. Now, what I get most excited about is the problem. How is this not working, right? I don't see this as effective, okay? It's effective on a small scale, but I don't see this as filling the void. There's too many businesses in all three of these categories right now in America that have terrible websites. What does that mean? It means users are looking them up, they're unimpressed, their site doesn't work on a cell phone, and they're moving on to a competitor, right? Or it's just a poor user experience on the internet, even if there's someone staying on the site. It could be so much better, okay? This is why the problem with small business. Do-it-yourself has had a lot of success, and it's had a lot of success with millennials, and I think some of those platforms are amazing. Don't get me wrong. We could build great sites on Wix and Squarespace. The problem is you need three things to make it happen still. You still have to have design skills to build a great site on GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, etc. You still have to have great content. You also have to have time to get it done right. What's the problem, guys? Most small businesses don't have design skills online. They don't have time because they're busy running their business, and they don't have somebody on their team that has any of those things. So they get stuck in the mud. What happens is they get somebody to build the site for them, or somebody in-house builds it on one of these do-it-yourself sites, and the website ends up being an online business card, okay? It doesn't really do anything for the business. It kind of sits stagnant. These small business owners don't pay much attention to it. It's not utilized as an asset. What I am interested in is using websites as real assets to grow a business, to turn users into either direct sales, ideally, or to turn them into leads or active prospects or inquiries, things like that, okay? Not sufficiently done. Look at your town, guys. Look in your city. There's too many great businesses that either have no website or a terrible website. That's the small guys, okay? The medium-sized businesses, you do have local and regional agencies that are doing an okay job. Problem is they're doing it in a tiny scale. They're doing it in their city or maybe a few states. Because in order to grow this, to service more of these, you need a real powerful sales force. And what these local regional agencies have a problem doing is growing a sales force in a way that the salespeople can be making enough money, the designers and the developers can be making enough money to staff, and then the business has money left over so it can continue to exist. So I'm not knocking some of these regional agencies. This is essentially what I am right now, just so you know. I'm just trying to put this all together so that I can be the guy solving this before any of my competitors. Okay, so a lot of these guys do good work. They'll do great graphic design, great UX, great video production, produce content. The problem is that they're not scaling it, and the resources that are available to us are moving faster than they can keep up and still serve their clients. Again, this is where my business is going to be built, serving medium-sized businesses, because there's so much value left for them that they don't even know about. Okay? And then you have the top tier, big agencies, $100 million plus agencies who are serving Exxon and Coke and McDonald's, and they're serving the top 1% of businesses, and they are the top 1% of businesses. And honestly, I can't say there's a huge problem with their work, okay? A lot of these agencies do fantastic work, and I'm trying to get my skills up to be on their level. So these guys do a great job, okay? The only problem is, in order, some of these guys, these big agencies started here and here, but in order to survive as an agency, you've got to get clients that have a big budget. So gradually, the survivors end up at the top all right? But who gets left behind? The middle-sized and the small businesses. So my vision for my company, and what I'm working very hard to solve, is a website distribution system that's much more effective for small businesses, that's much more effective for medium-sized businesses, and then doing real agency work at the top. I'll give you a preview. I'm not going to give you all my secrets, because I don't believe that anyone else is thinking like this right now out there. The problem with this is you have to do it yourself. Business owners are still baby boomers. They don't want to build their site themselves, okay? They can't. They're not capable. So it has to be a happy medium of service, price. It has to be very affordable, and it has to be done quickly and done right, and there has to be an automated element to it, but it's serviced, okay? This is all about your sales force, guys. And I got a real way to build a sales force for these medium-sized businesses that doesn't exist right now. And then this is about getting your creative skills up. This is about getting your copyright skills up and really being able to deliver ad platforms on a big scale. And you know, again, constantly working at that. So this is what I see as the marketplace for web distribution. There's a lot that goes into running a digital agency, because there's a lot of services outside websites. But our core competency, and where I think the biggest problem to be solved, that I am working to solve, is with website distribution throughout America. Small, medium, and large-sized businesses. All right, more to come on the technical side. I like getting into this stuff. I know it's a little heady, but it paints a good picture of, you know, as an entrepreneur, you've got to have more than passion. You've got to have more than grit. Those are important, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a strategy. You need to figure out the marketplace. You need to figure out, quantify things in dollars and cents, and figure out what percent of the market you need to take over. And you need to create services and systems. You really need to build systems that can scale, and that's what we're doing. All right.